guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Tia, aka Teacup Simmer, and this is another part of our niche series, and we are back in our Lazuli Tribe, where the great, beautiful Queen Onyx has finally coming to terms with the fact that she is not a full traveler, which means that she won't be able to do all the things that her old nestmates could do. She won't be able to go off and explore the grasses the same way her part of her heritage calls her to do. She is also part warrior, and so she is responsible for all of these creatures in her tribe. And so she has kind of come to terms with that, and by doing that, she knows that she's going to have to take care of her littlest baby. She knows she's going to have like a few more babies and keep track of all of the other creatures in our tribe. Oh my gosh, I love these guys so much. And we have our little giver section over here, who are having a gaggle of beautiful collecting babies. Koanako is still has a few days left, so she has enough time to teach her children how to take care of the berry bushes and to take care of the tree and pick up nuts from the tree right as her mate Beryl is going to be passing away. He has left us with two beautiful kids, Pearl and Stone. Pearl being the little bit more prissy of the two, looked after by her mother and very doted upon in the small giver family, and Stone, who's a little bit more quiet than his older sister, not as I guess as stuck up, I guess, as she is, since she's always been the family favorite. So he's just content to kind of follow in his father's footsteps and focus on collecting berries and listening to his mother's teachings. Isray is one of our younger creatures in our tribe. She is a warrior who is looking after the edges of our territory, basically the grass seed areas around the territory that our beautiful travelers haven't picked away yet, so that she can make sure that the tribe stays safe from any possible dangers. She's not really looking to have any children right now, but she is going to be considering it sometime in the future. But right now, her and her brother Vanku are taking their positions as warriors very seriously. Both of them were kicked onto the ports as children, and so now they are spending their time protecting the borders and protecting the queen and the newest princess, little Iolite, who's completely like the child of my heart. She's adorable. And even though Vanku was supposed to be focusing on his duties, he accidentally had a little bit of a dalliance with Ripple over here, our tribal, I guess you'd call her like our solitary individual, who ended up basically getting pregnant by Vanku. So she's probably going to have a half warrior baby. So we're definitely going to be looking to see what type of child she has, all in the corner over here, hidden in the grasses, because she doesn't really feel like she's accepted by the tribe. And I wonder how that's going to impact her child, because her child is going to be growing up in this little area with her, as well, at least for the next couple of days that she's alive. And then we have our little water-bodied creatures, our lapis lazuli devout followers, basically playing around in the waves, in the tide pools, thinking about what their position is in the tribe and how are they going to basically follow lapis lazuli to the best of their ability when they know that they have the biggest connection to the ocean. And I think I was thinking about how we were going to do our succession line a lot, you guys, and I think the best way to do it would be to have some of the children, the youngest children, or the children of the current generation, go to the shores, always go up to the shores, and then we would roll a dice, I think, and we would roll a dice to see what creature these guys would choose as the next leader. And each faction would choose one kid that they would think would be the best representation of their faction. And then once they do that, the water-bodied creatures would be the ones to choose who ends up becoming the next leader of the tribe. I think that would be a really amazing way to kind of have them use what they know about the knowledge of the waters and have, like, I guess almost a premonition from lapis lazuli to say, okay, well, we heard what the ocean was telling us, and based on what the goddess says, we have determined that the next leader will be Pearl, or will be Iolite, or will be whichever baby Ripple has. And based off of that, we'll basically focus the tribe in that way. So if we end up having a traveler become leader, then that means even though the rest of our creatures aren't necessarily geared toward traveling, these guys will end up having to pick up everything and move with the travelers, and so on and so forth. So basically, based off of the inclinations of that faction, we will kind of set up the tribe accordingly, which I think will be really interesting to do. Onyx is currently really close to passing away, so I don't think we'll do it this time. I think it'll just end up being, it'll be something that Carnelian and Iolite and their children will end up doing. So I think that's going to be a really interesting way for us to kind of include our water-bodied creatures in our lore, and basically say that the goddess tells the creatures in the water what she thinks the tribe should do. And because they're used to being on islands, they're always used to get messages from the goddess, they're used to having it all around them. Now their only connection to her is through our water-bodied nichelings. I think that would be amazing. So enough talking of me. We really need to see what type of baby Ripple is going to have. So we're going to skip the day and see what amazingness she is going to give us. I am so excited right now. Oh my goodness. It's a warrior baby. Oh my goodness. He's adorable. He looks a lot like Stone, actually, which is so cute. Like, it's like Stone with purple eyes. But he looks so much like Stone. Oh my goodness. Nuku. We need to name him something. I don't know what we're going to name him. Maybe, I don't know. Ripple would definitely not know what to do with herself because she did not really expect to get pregnant. So she's probably going to pick up some berries to give to her new baby and kind of contemplate what she's going to do, because she's basically hiding him in the grasses so no one knows about him. But I think Von Q would recognize it, or at the very least kind of sense that there's something different about this area, and he'll probably come back. But let's see, let's check him out. Nuku has 3 strength, good camouflage. I think it's because he has moss brown fur. Yes, he has moss brown fur. He has good fertility, C and B. So he does not have that F immunity gene, which we really want back in the tribe. We want to make sure we don't lose it, because we spent a lot of time making sure Ripple could pass that on. So I definitely think Von Ku's going to end up coming back around. Let's see. And hide in the grass. And that'll be something that they end up having. She ends up gonna have to tell him about the baby. I don't think he's gonna know what to do with himself, but he's gonna have to figure it out. Iolite is gonna just jump out of the nest. Her mother, Onyx, is going to come over here and kind of pick at the ground, try and figure out what she's going to do now that she's getting a lot older. She only has like one to 2 days left. Carnelian is of course a traveler baby, so he's going to just jump out of the nest. These guys aren't even going to pay attention to him because they recognize that traveler babies are a little bit different than other children. Let's see, Topaz, following his calling, will just pick up grass to make sure that they can clear out this area for their family. Oh, Beryl passed away. Oh, that's sad. Koanako, unfortunately, was left pregnant on her own. So she's going to come over here and repair the nest and kind of stare at the bones of her mate and feel a little bit sad, but recognize that she can't feel sad for long because she's going to have to take care of their children. Let's see. She's going to have to tell Stone and Pearl to come this way for food. Let's see. Israel is going to come over here, and I think she's going to clear this grass out. Even though she doesn't like clearing out grass, I think she'd do it so that the small ones could come this way. She would only feel comfortable with them being there if she's able to see them. So she can protect them if she's in the grass and they're out in the open. So they're basically making a path to this berry bush so that they can use it. And they're just taking what their mother has taught them from picking up nuts, picking up berry bushes, listening to what their father had told them when he was still around, which is still kind of sad, and picking up the food that they can, because it is their job as givers to make sure that the tribe is fed. So shark, these guys are still fairly young, so they're going to still explore the area. This little area over here I think is really interesting. There are so many water breathing plants. Maybe we'll make these, I'm trying to think which island that they'd take over. These guys are very interesting, so they might take over an island to have a few children of their own. I'm not sure if they'd want to have them now or if they'd want to have them later. I've always thought about having nichelings have babies at the end of their lives, or have them in the middle and then only have those few and maybe have one or two at the end of their lives. It's kind of a toss-up at this point. So we're going to skip the day. It looks like everyone's being taken care of. Koanako is going to have another baby. I think Onyx should be around for one more day. So should these two as well. So they're all going to pass away on the same day. That's sad. Oh, that's very sad. That means Vanku is going to have to be taking care of these children. It's going to be like a gaggle of babies and Ijre and Vanku at this point. But we do need to rename Nuku. So let me see what I can find for a new name for him. I like his purple eyes. He's definitely a warrior. So we can name him Ami because of amethyst. So let's name him Ami, because amethyst is technically, Amet. Oh, I like that. Amet would be his name because the warriors follow amethyst. Technically, they don't technically follow lapis lazuli, but they kind of think of amethyst as more of a reincarnation of lapis lazuli, more of the storm rather than the calm ocean, if that makes sense. So let's skip the day and see what we can find. Oh, I think that's Beryl. Yeah, it's Beryl. Oh, Anako had another baby, another nimble-fingered baby, Rianala. She has good fertility, B and D. She has good eyesight. She has big ears in her inactive. That's kind of interesting. Let's see, everyone in here. Oh, so okay, Stone has IH, so that's fine. So Stone is the one that's going to have some interesting babies. Maybe he'll have babies with someone. That should be interesting. So let's see, Koanako. I don't think she'd be able to have any more children because there isn't anybody for her to mate with, and I don't think she would actually want to. Let's see, Pearl would want to come over here and clear this out. And so would Stone. So these two are just kind of following the grass to see if they can use any of the resources back here. And I think Ijre is going to call one of the traveler children over here to start clearing the grass away more freely. Because Ijre is always going to want to be on the outskirts of the territory to make sure that everyone's safe. So she can't be in the middle of everything while everyone's trying to take away grass and everything like that. So, oh, Rihanna. You are so cute. You are definitely not like your sister at all. So Rihanna is a blue-eyed, beautiful little thing. She's G&D. She has horns. She has mediocre fertility. But we're going to have to rename her. That's going to be interesting. We have to rename Rihanna. We have to rename Rihanna. And then what's this other one? Race-La. Race-La. Oh my gosh, that's so pretty. So they have similar immunity genes. So A and G, D and E. So Race-La and Carnelian. So Carnelian is the only one with that lean body. But it looks like Race-La is just medium body. So that's interesting. So I think Carnelian would go in the opposite direction. Oops, no, wrong one. Oh my gosh, that's bad. Here's what I'm gonna do. Onyx, come over here. Have a quick final baby. Topaz is gonna come over here. Get her pregnant. And Miyako's gonna put down her final nest. Carnelian is going to jump around and go back into the grass because he's going to want to explore. That is the way of the traveler children. And Topaz is going to watch after little Raisla until we figure out what her new name is going to be. And Miyako is all the way back here. I think Onyx would be very upset to know that she won't be able to see her her friends as they pass away, and she's going to be basically on her own but I think she knows that they all are kind of connected in the same way that all travelers are connected, that they follow the goddess in the way that they know how. So I think she'll find comfort in that. So let's see. Little Amet. Let's see. Let's move Ripple here. Amet can come out this way where he can meet his father, Vonku, who's probably a little bit flustered because he's not used to babies. Even though now he's probably going to be in charge of a lot of small ones because he's going to be the one protecting the small ones from the grasses over here. He's probably going to want to call Carnelian back, even though I don't know if he'll listen. But he might want to do that because they only have so many warriors, they can only protect so much. Okay, and so Vonku's gonna come over here, and I think in his surprise, they'll try and have another baby. I kind of want to see if she can have another child with the F gene, but I'm not sure. He's probably gonna sit over here, not really knowing what to do since he can't be as helpful when it comes to taking care of children. Little Amet's probably looking up at him all interested, and he's like, I have no idea what to do with you, kid. Let's see. Rain, I think, would be looking for more clams, but she can't actually do anything about them because her brother likes his fish way too much. Let's see. There we go. So there's some fish, there's some crabbits. I think they'd like this island because they started finding so much food over here. I think Rain would like this island to start having some children on. So let's see. Koanako has 2 days left, so she'll have some time to teach her new little baby how to pick up nuts because she does have those nimble fingers. Let me see if I can find a new name for her. I have to pick up our big niche name list, so you guys definitely know that I always put those names down because you guys are amazing when it comes to names. Let's go with, we need a name for this one. She is so pretty. Let's see. We're going with still the gem names. She does, I'm just thinking about it. She looks exactly like Sunstone. We can name her Sunstone. That is exactly what we're going to name her. Oh, that's perfect. So Sunstone, I think, will be a very interesting little creature. She's probably going to be very attached to her brother because both of their parents are probably going to pass away today. So she's going to be all alone on her own. And I think Carnelian will probably curb his traveling just to make sure he can take care of his new siblings, because Miyako is going to have another baby soon, so he's probably going to come back and start clearing out the grasses over around the area to make sure that his little siblings are going to be fine. I think he's going to be a little bit more responsible that way. Let's see, we have to name this little one Rairiana. Let's see. Let's go with, we used this name before, but I really like it. Let's go with Larima. Some of the names we've used before, but I think it's especially because we're going to say that these are like, these are family names, so names that are specifically for individuals of this tribe, so they have a lot of significance. And then we have this little one who is so simple. She doesn't have the brown eyes like her mother, but she does have those beautiful, beautiful beige coloring. So let's see. She is, let's see, let's go with something. Oh, we can call her, well, I don't know. We have Pearl. I don't know if we want to call her, she doesn't look like a coral to me. Ooh, let's go with Uma, which means tranquility. So Uma, I think, would be a really great name for her. Because I think she would take in, because her sister is a little bit more sophisticated, a little bit more haughty. Stone is really quiet. I think she wouldn't necessarily be quiet. She would just be calm. So she would just have the almost very eerie type of inner peace that is very strange to see in people and in younger individuals. And I think that would definitely, even though she's the youngest of the now giver children, because she's going to be there's only going to be 3 givers now, she's going to be the youngest. So even though she's the youngest, I think she'll have a very big role to play in the growth of the giver faction of the tribe. So I think that's everyone. I think we want to move the water guys first, but first we want to check on Miyako, Onyx, and Ripple to see what type of babies they're going to have. So let's skip the day and see what small ones we're going to get. No, they're just gone. They're all just gone. Oh my goodness. So Carnelian is going to jump back over here to look after his siblings. Sunstone is going to jump out of the nest. So this little one, Miana. So Sunstone, Miana, and Carnelian. I think I like Miana. I think I'm going to leave it like that. So Sunstone and Miana look so similar, except for Miana having that lean body, which I think would be a very interesting trait to see on travelers. Lean body would be a very interesting necessary trait. So it increases speed, it increases heat resistance, it increases stealth, and it increases scentlessness. That might become a very, very necessary trait for our travelers in the future, if we can keep that in our genes. Let's see. Cola also has that lean body. Oh my goodness. She's adorable. And she's that bright yellow rather than like her mother and her older sister Larima and her older sister Iolite. She is like that bright yellow rather than like a mix or a pattern. And Larima looks more like a giver than a traveler actually, even though she has those beautiful blue eyes. And I think Vanku would encourage Ahmet to kind of start working on his warrior skills and come over here to hide in the grasses to look after the young babies. I think Larima would be super interested in him, so she would want to pull the grass away, but she can't, so she's just gonna stare at him and be like, what are you doing over here? I don't know who you are. What? I don't understand. Because their mother left so early, so they're probably both confused and very, very sad. But Onyx and the 2 travelers did a wonderful job in getting these guys over here. Oh, I can't believe they died. I'm just kind of sad about that. Oh, wow. Let's see. And who else? Vanvanta. Oh my gosh, we have some amazing, and he has the F immunity gene. Everyone say it with me. Oh my goodness. Thank you, goddess. We needed to make sure that F immunity gene stayed put. We had no idea if we were going to keep it, but now we know. Now we know we get to keep it. That is amazing. Okay. So Vanvanta is another child that is going to be an amazing warrior for the tribe. Even though he doesn't have those beautiful ram horns that I think are going to be very necessary to keep, he is definitely has those purple eyes and is definitely blessed by amethyst. So we're going to put Ripple here, and just for good measure, we're going to have a lot of babies in this tribe, you guys. But currently we're still under 20 nichelings, so I'm okay with it. Especially since some of our older nichelings are passing away. So we're going to have her have one more baby, hopefully a girl, maybe, so that we can kind of start figuring out what we're going to do with some of our immunity genes. We want to make sure that we keep our immunity genes fairly well mixed together, since we got G and E over here, G and D, we have A and E, G and E, A and E. So we have some very interesting mixes that we want to make sure stay mixes, so we don't get any worries about a breakout of sickness of any kind. So Pearl would be super happy about these two berry bushes, and I think she'd be very controlling and tell Iolite to come over here and clear out this area. And Israel would get upset because she doesn't like being out in the open. So she'd kind of ignore the younger nicheling, but she'd be very grouchy about the fact that she just kind of told Iolite to pull the grass out from under her. But Pearl, I think, wouldn't really care. She would want to be in between these amazing berry bushes so that she'd be able to pick as many berries as she wanted with her nimble fingers. And her brother, Stone, let's see, I think he would want to come back to his mother and help out with the berries on this side, and to meet his little sister, Uma, who is so similar to him and so different in many ways. So let's see, Koanako, I think, would come over here and pick up these nuts and just look at her children and be very happy with herself to know that she and Beryl did such a good job at bringing in some amazing new creatures into the world that'll be able to help provide food for the tribe. I think that's a great idea. I think that would make her feel a lot better. Vonku, since he assisted Ripple in having a few babies, I think he would want to stick around to make sure the children stay safe. He's very protective, this one, but I don't know. Ooh, there's fish here. I think he'd have a little bit of fun with that. But I don't think he would want to leave them alone, which is also why he sent Ahmet to take care of these young ones over here. Let's see. Carnelian is taking care of the younger ones. So Miana, Sunstone, Kola, and Larima. Kola, I don't know if we want to change her name. She's a bright yellow color though, so changing her name might be necessary. Let me see. Ooh, we can just name her Gold because she's such a bright yellow. We can just name her Gold. So Gold is adorable. So look at our family tree. It's so weird now that everyone's kind of gone. And Lapis over here is beautiful, and she left us beautiful children. And Tanzanite had Israel and Vonku. Oh my gosh, I just miss these guys so much. We spent so much time with our Lazuli tribe on the islands, and hopefully I think everybody's thinking that their previous family is taking care of themselves and is thriving on their big archipelago. So Ripple, what are we going to name this other baby of yours? Vanvanta? Let me see. Ooh, let's name him... Ripple, I think she would want to name him, even though he doesn't look anything like him. I think she would want to name him after her brother. So Ripple's brother's name was Flounder, and I think she would want to remember him because she won't be able to see the baby. Well, I just changed her name. So Ripple, sorry love, I just got rid of your name. So she wanted to name the baby that she does get to meet, Flounder. So even though he doesn't look like a flounder, even though she won't get to meet the other baby, but I think because he has the F gene, I think she would feel like a specific affinity to this child, and she'd want to make sure that her brother's memory lives on because he helped her get all the way across the archipelago onto this island, and so that she could have at least a better life than what she did previously. And I think her romance with Vonku would definitely be something that she would consider a good thing in her life, even though it's been very short. She's passing away a little bit earlier than she needs to. And where are our beautiful little water body creatures? Rain, I think, is getting to the point where she's going to want to settle down. So she's going to go over here, start talking to her brother about curbing his very ambitious ways and trying to settle down and have a few children. And I think he'd think about it. I don't know if he'd really want to. He might just leave his sister on the island to put up a nest and kind of go fishing on his own. But it is something that they're going to start thinking about, because they are getting a little bit older, but they are going to have to work as the current water-bodied nichelings of the tribe and be the ones to kind of provide the wisdom of lapis lazuli to everyone, even though we have very differing personalities in our factions currently. So let's see what is going to happen now. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, Shark. So we're going to send you over here to get helped out by your sister, who would probably be telling you not to be so gosh darn reckless when it comes to the tide pools, because all of the leeches also hang out in the tide pools. So Rain and Shark are going to get ready to start having their own set of children, maybe two or maybe one or two on this island over here. I think that'll be good for them. And I think, let's see, Iolite, let's see, is gonna want to start clearing out this area over here. Let's see, Israel is gonna jump back in to the grasses so she can provide some food for everyone. I think she knows that everyone will be needing that meat as we keep having all of these babies. Cora, oh my goodness. And I think Vanku would think of his mother. His amazing mother with those ram horns and those beautiful purple eyes. Vanku's mother was an amazing nicheling, Usama. Usama was a great nicheling who looks exactly like Cora. Oh my gosh, can you guys see it? Cora looks just like her except for the horns. She looks exactly like Usama. Oh my gosh. So we're gonna name, I think he'd name her, because Ripple is gone now. She didn't pass on that F immunity, but it's okay. So we're gonna name this little one Usama. There we go. We're gonna name her Usama after her grandmother, who was an amazing nicheling who basically tossed him and his sister onto the ports to make sure that they could survive. So Flounder and Usama are both adorable, and they're going to be the ones that are going to assist in protecting the tribe, along with their older brother Ahmet, who I think Ahmet is going to be taking his duties very seriously, considering that from a very young age he's been responsible for taking care of some of the youngest nichelings in the tribe. Stone, I think Stone would, even though he would know that his mother passed away, I think he would be the one to kind of sit vigil for her, pick up the berries that his father picked up before him, and recognize that this is going to be the thing that he is called to do, to provide food and shelter for the tribe the same way his parents did for him and his sisters. And Pearl will clear out the grass, pick up some berries, and kind of set up a place for herself. I think she'd be very happy with this little area once she kind of forces Iolite to kind of clear out the grasses around here. I think she'd feel a little bit better about making sure there aren't any crazy or interesting creatures that will show up to possibly hurt her, or whatever baby she ends up having in this little spot, this little nook and cranny of the island. Larima is different from her older sister. I think she fancies herself not necessarily a giver, but she doesn't feel the same need to clear things out, to explore, to be adventurous like her sister does. So I think Gold is going to get out of the nest. And Ahmet, dang it, he's not good at he's not good at hunting yet, which Larima would kind of laugh at him for, because he scared away the mole. So Carnelian, now that one of his baby sisters is old enough, he's basically going to kick them out of the nest, and they will start clearing out this area over here. I think since Iolite over here is going to be clearing out this one, because she is not pure traveler the same way these three are, I think she will basically be a little bit more homebound. I think she'll feel a lot more connected to this area rather than wanting to explore as much, more as her clearing out grass is kind of more out of necessity than anything else. And he got another leech, this little one. Oh my goodness. So I think this is where we're going to end this part right here, you guys. We have some amazing stories starting. I think we have a really cute little setup with Ahmet and Larima as these guys, and she kind of laughs at him for being so clumsy with his hunting, and she kind of takes up the responsibility of taking care of her baby sister, and Carnelian being the one to look after his siblings now that their parents are gone. But the traveler children have always had more of minds of their own. Pearl and Uma and Stone of the Giver section of our tribe are all very interesting creatures who, one, Pearl being a little bit more stuck up, is very pushy and wants to make sure that everything's perfect. Uma is more calm and understanding of her place in the world, and Stone, I think, is indicated by his name, is very much the rock of the tribe currently. He is very not necessarily stubborn, but he has an understanding of how everything works and what their calling is, and I think he, like Uma, are going to be very good centering pieces for the other creatures in the tribe. And Vanku now has a gaggle of children to worry about. Even though he is extremely uncomfortable being out in the open, he is forced to protect his babies, which he will do no matter what. And we have our beautiful little Rain and our shark who are getting ready to have some children of their own on this island over here on our beautiful, beautiful Lapis Lazuli Island. Oh my gosh. So I'm so excited to continue telling these stories with you guys. If you guys are excited, if you guys have ideas for names for more babies and some ideas about how our creatures' stories are going to go, please feel free to let me know down in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and please subscribe if you really love me, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.